Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome to another race commentary video. My name is James. I am a Cat5 racer in the Northern Virginia area. This is my first season racing bikes. This is my 6th and final race of the season, and it's called Backyard Boogie. If you are a first-time viewer of the channel, thanks for stopping by. If you are a repeat viewer, thanks for the continued support. I also want to give a big thanks to everyone out there who has encouraged me and kept me motivated throughout the season. You fully know if you are one of them. Friends and strangers alike, you guys have really helped me out. So I've made some form of video for all my previous races. Maybe I'll put the links in the description below, so if you want to go watch them later you can. But my overall thoughts for the season is that it was a very successful first season of racing. My primary goal was to stay safe and not crash, and I was able to do that. Secondarily, I actually wasn't really focused on results that much this season, but I got some decent ones. I got a second place at Carl Dolan Circuit Race. But I think the most fun part about this first season was being able to meet more cyclists and racers out there within the community, and really enjoying and experiencing the learning process behind racing. So yeah, now that I am officially in the off season, I'm actually really looking forward to having a good off season and then having another fun season next year. Okay, now moving on to the race. Now the good thing about the Cat5 races is that they are usually the earliest in the day, and today's weather was absolutely ideal. It was about 70 degrees, it was sunny, and there was very light wind, so it wasn't really a factor at all in the race. There was a race on this course a few months ago called the Melford Criterium, and apparently the wind gusts on that day were over 25 miles per hour, so it was pretty nuts, and I'm very glad that wasn't the case today. So if you look at the course map, it's kind of like a triangle. Looking at the map, turn 1 is on the left, turn 2 is at the top, turn 3 is at the bottom right. All 3 of the turns are sweeping turns. You can pedal through all of them, and all 3 of them go through a section of a roundabout. Turn 1 is definitely the tightest out of the 3. On turn 2, you sweep into the roundabout and then sweep out of the roundabout. And then turn 3 is pretty much the same, and it's on a slight incline. For the first couple laps, I just wanted to get comfortable with the course. I also wanted to keep the race a little bit faster. So here I am eating wind. To be honest, this is just a waste of energy, even though I'm not really going that hard. And yeah, there are definitely parts of this race where you could see it as a masterclass on what not to do if you want to conserve energy. But if you're also thinking from the perspective of somebody who wants to simply ride as safely as possible, you might see why I waste some energy here and there to get out of certain situations or spots in the pack. Oh, so I forgot to mention this before at the beginning of the video, but my front camera is actually mounted on my front mount today, and it's not on my helmet. Someone suggested that I try this view, and I decided to do it for this race. I definitely like the vantage point of the helmet camera because it allows you to see up the road a little bit more. But I do also like this view because the camera is a little bit closer to the pavement, so I think it conveys the speed of the race a little bit better, and it makes you feel like you're a little bit more inside the race. Let me know what you guys think. So here we are coming up on the last 3 laps of the race. So like I mentioned before, turn 1 is definitely the tightest. It chokes up right here. This was the closest I got to the curb. I was in the gutter right there. But I was pretty much riding this yellow line every time I came to turn number 1. And pretty much on every lap, everyone was using the right side of the road here. I come up on the left side because I feel like I need to move up. I probably didn't need to at this point, but I did want to be in the top 10 wheels or so. But you'll see here again, I'm not tucked in the draft, so I'm getting a little bit of side draft, and that's pretty much it. So this guy on my right here with the DMV-CR kit on, his name is Mario. He was basically playing the role of road captain for their team. So you can hear Mario telling Mark to get into the draft. And despite this being a Cat 5 race, I actually feel like the field was pretty strong. The race was pretty fast. It was 26 miles per hour for the entire race. And there were a few teams that were working together. Meanwhile, I should have taken Mario's advice and I should have gotten in the draft as well, but here I am sitting on the side. Yeesh. Every once in a while, there would be someone who would come up on the left on this stretch of road here to basically save me from my watt-wasting ways. So anytime this happened, I would basically just latch onto the wheel as best as I could and take the opportunity to recover a little bit. So one thing I noticed about this backstretch of road after turn 2 is that people were much more free to move up on the right side of the road than on the left. I was on the left side pretty much every lap because we were initially advised that construction on the right would be a little bit hazardous for us. So there were a bunch of laps where I was on the left side right along the cones and I was boxed in and I wasn't able to move up at all. Knowing what I know now, if I had to go back and do this race, on this stretch of road I would always be on the right side. I would probably try to find a couple wheels and move up and get to the front of the pack so that the last stretch of this road going into turn 3 and out of turn 3 where it's uphill, I probably would have employed a strategy that's similar to sag climbing where I could conserve some energy because that was definitely the section of the course where most people were going the hardest. So my heart rate is at 197. You saw me just do a bit of an effort to try to latch onto some of these guys here who started going pretty hard. Now we have DMVCR coming up on the left side. Two of them are going off the front with one other guy. And Mario here, he comes up and he stops pedaling. I don't know if the two guys right behind him knew exactly what was going on. But I immediately could tell that Mario was blocking for the brake. We end up catching the brake anyway, so that's okay. But this is just an example of DMVCR working well together as a team. Okay, we're on the final lap. This is the back stretch. This is the crucial moment here. So I'm on the left side here against the cones again. I'm getting passed by people here on the right side. I feel like I'm falling back in the field, so I think I need to make up some ground. A couple guys grind wheels here, and thankfully nobody goes down. So I'm looking for a moment to make up some ground. And boom, it opens up on the left, so I go. This is definitely way earlier than I wanted to go, but at this point, I just gotta find wheels and I gotta try to latch on. At this point, I'm super gassed, but I see this rider come up on my right. I think his name is Luca, and then there's this NCVC rider. And I think, okay, just latch on and sprint at the end. Go, go, go. And I really had nothing left. This was basically all I had. And Mark from DMVCR gets the win and does possibly the biggest Cat 5 salute I've ever seen. His arms basically unfurl like they're Archangel wings. Congratulations to Mark. I don't think the Cat 5 salute was that safe, but he got a good win on a good race. Alright, that's it for my final race of the season. I still have some footage from my big Father's Day Frederick ride that we did. I have to put that together, and I will post that up when I can. I also have some footage from the Corvello Viet Bello Velocipede joint ride that we did, so I will do that when I can. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, comment below, you can hit the bell for notifications, and please subscribe to the channel. Only if you want to. Alright, have a good one.